People call me self-centered, but that's enough about them. I have just found out that cockfighting is done with chickens. That's 12 months of training wasted. And apparently it's rude to poke someone in the forehead and say skip intro when they start talking to you. So what can you do? Welcome to Shave&Butcher, and have you also been wondering which is best? A pack of soap or a cream of soap? Well, today we're going to find out, so stay tuned. Well, actually I have no reason for a break, so we'll just get cracking. So I have two brushes, synthetic, sort of similar-ish, and on one, I guess, I'm going to put a bit of the cream, and on the other one, with the other one, I'm going to lather from the container. So, the side-by-side comparisons are exciting, aren't they? Cheers. And the audience is sitting in suspense. By the way, this is Proraso Sapone di Barba, and it's the red one. There are three: red, green, and white. Like the Italian flag. This is Barre for Barbedure, which sounds like hard beard, and it's Con olio di sandalo, which is sandalwood oil, e burro di karate. Karite. Burro is bull or butter, probably butter. Karite is something. It is what's it called? Shea butter, isn't it? I think so. So yeah, God, thank you for wasting our time. So I'm just putting that in there. So that's one, just a moist brush. Moisten the other one too, and then this I haven't used, but this is also Proraso, but the Proraso white is Pelli Sensibili, which are pelli are, it's the hairs, isn't it? Pelli, or it's skin. Sensibili must be sensitive or sensible. Con té verde e avena. Té verde must be green tea. Yeah, I think it is. I get almost no scent. I call this scentless. Senseless. That's what it looks like. I've only been taking pieces and bow lathering. I don't know why, because I don't like bow lathering very much. But I'm gonna load from the container. And that's obviously one difference between a cream, not a gel, a cream, and a hard pack, whatever you say. Although this isn't very hard. Proraso soaps are quite soft. And I hear a lot of people talking about non-Italian soaps as being soft like an Italian soap. So I guess that comes from Italia. Although stuff like what's it called? Saponificio Varesino. Is that it? Yeah. They're hard. They're really hard. And you can get hardness by adjusting the mix of sodium and potassium hydroxide, basically. Okie doke. So, wetting the face, and then this exciting adventure can commence. Okay, so we'll do this. I always lather with my left hand, so this will. And I've taken soap like for a whole family, so, or rather for a full shave. So we'll have a lot of soap. We'll probably have to put a lot of water in. I wasn't thinking. So the red Proraso, I had a tub of this, of the hard soap. Look, Two-Face. Batman must die. God, that's awful. Watching too much Kevy shaves, I think. So so yeah, that's that. So that's loaded. Don't know what I'm doing. And then so I had a tub of this. I gave it away to a young man who wanted to try wet shavings, and since then I haven't had any. And I remember I wasn't a big fan of the scent. So now mixing it with white tea or green tea, what was it? Tè verde. Verde must be green. I don't speak Italian. I'm fluent in Latin, so I'm not. No one is. My aunt was. Okay, very good. Okay, so it's always a bit tedious to do side by side. It's just, sometimes you gotta try shit out. Oh, that's a lot of water. Can you see? Very, very lots of water. It's also slightly more complicated to work a lather out if you only are allowed to use half your face. But we shall try. And we're doing this in stages, apparently. So we've coated the face with a dry, toothpastey consistency of lather or soap, and then we're adding water gradually and working it into the soap. So Proraso is, I don't use it a lot. I do sometimes. I have the green one too somewhere. And I do enjoy it when I use it. It's just not super luxurious. It's a daily driver, as some would say. And really, this is pretty much like building a lather from a container. It's just, I haven't checked the ingredients. I don't know how similar they are. Obviously the cream is softer, right? So does that mean it just contains more water, or are there other ingredients? I really should have checked, and will be in Italian, so I'd have to use my Latin. So we're not sure how accurate it would be, but we're just having fun. We're just enjoying ourselves. So I'm mainly painting water in. This is quite easy to use, really. I may not have stamina to hydrate this enough, because I'm already getting a cramp in my hand. It's looking fairly nice already, and I've really mainly been painting, haven't I? Let's a bit more water. It really was silly to lather flying. Silly to take a full face shave worth of soap. Too late now. Okay, so we have super dry brush and toothpaste consistency on the face. This feels, the stuff from the pack, the white Proraso, feels a little bit drier, which is no surprise, because obviously the moisture content will be lower in the soap, although it is soft. So I think I've been mumbling about this in the past, but I guess it's fair to assume that a soft hard soap, a soft pack, has more water in it than a hard pack. I mean, that's going to be one big difference when you make a pack hard, that you take quite a bit of water out. But you don't only do it by drying it. Maybe not at all. I don't know. Does anyone know? Is it fair to assume moisture content in a soft soap is higher than in a hard soap. Does it even matter? Probably not. Because then really harder soaps would be thirstier than softer soaps, i.e. need more water when working it into a lather. And I don't know if that's the case. I really am not paying that much attention to what I'm doing. You just find certain soaps are thirstier than others. Honestly, at least in my case, who are not quite as scientific in my shaving as a lot of other people are. Nerds. What was I going to say? That's a sign. Yeah, I hear myself saying, wow, it's a thirsty soap. But I don't know really if it's more thirsty or if it's just me loading it more heavily. I keep getting quite a bit of soap in the mouth because I'm talking. The taste of this one is green tea. So what's the difference really between? Well, there could be differences in the actual soap, which, as we concluded just now, I could have checked. This I'll have to start talking. Bloody good lather anyway. It's shitloads of it, but I put that down to loading primarily. Very nice. I think I'm gonna need to freshen up on the right side of it, although it does look pretty fresh already. It hasn't dried out. No. I think it looks quite similar, it feels quite similar, and yeah, there's just no way I'm going to be able to read what's in it. Oh, actually, grazie, super formula. I know, yeah, it's in Italian. Sure is, and that's font 2. No way. Okay, shaving will be no difference, but essentially, I should have thought this through better. Is there a difference? No, not really. If you like loading in the tub, then do that. Otherwise, you get a lather which is just as good with the cream. Philharmonica 13, stainless steel. Oh, I want a Philharmonica in good condition with a bit of gold, carbon, and a 14 with some nice looking handles. That's right now my dream razor. I keep looking for it, not every day, but every month sort of, eBay. I keep commenting on people who do shave of the day photos with those that, oh, I can buy that. And then they realize it's, look at the lather, boom, shakalaka. I have a spot here, so if it starts bleeding, I will have to cut that away. I guess if you, I don't use a lot of creams, to be honest, so I really shouldn't do a comparison. Too late now. I guess if you're building a lather in a bowl, i.e. you're bowl lathering, then really is good soap this, really is good lather. Then it really shouldn't matter if you have a cream or if you have a harder or a puck that you scoop out, because you're anyway gonna smoosh it into a creamy substance at the bottom of the bowl, right? cracking lather. You can get a cracking lather with most soaps if they're anything like half decent. It doesn't have to be, you know, soaps aren't that different. What did he say? They can still be really nice to, you know, I mean, we buy soaps for the scent to a very large extent, don't we? Plus, I like to try all kinds of different ones. So I don't have a lot of soaps from any manufacturer. I do have soaps from many manufacturers because I want to experience the difference. And it's like, yeah, that's good too. I'm a bad scientist. But the new scents are always interesting, right? So I managed to get a consistency of lather which was very similar in from the cream and from the tub. Oh, it is bloody good. And that's a great second layer soap. Yeah. Maybe I'll make a video about the quality of second layer of second pass on the soap, because that's even more important than the first one. Well, obviously, building the lather is the key thing, but the quality, characteristics of the lather really is more important on pass number 2 and 3 if you're American. Is it more common with 3-pass shaves with Americans, with straight razors? I don't know. Just thought of that. Feels like an American thing. Okay. Pass number 2. Philharmonica razors. Well, razor. I only have one. It's so good stuff. It's magical. Oops. This isn't even 100% sharp. It still is nice and comfortable. It's sharp enough. Because I've used it quite a bit. Oh, I got my first shot or jab of COVID vaccine yesterday. Really happy about that. I'm not so worried about getting COVID myself, but it's my damn responsibility as a human being to get vaccinated so I can protect others. So you're supposed to go there with a t-shirt or something where you can easily pull it up so they can jab you quickly, because it's like a damn conveyor belt of people moving through different sections, right? But I obviously had a shirt on. I was being complicated, and I'm not very quick at buttoning up shirts, and so the nurse, sort of 75-year-old retired Finnish nurse, really cool lady. She said, "Yeah, I need my break now. I can't wait for you." And then she said, "Don't steal any syringes." And there was like 10 of them loaded with vaccine. And I said, "No, okay, promise." And she said, "Do you know how much they are?" And I said, "No, they're 1,500 Swedish each, so that's 150 euros. $170 each. It's a lot of money. So if they're all the same price, then the Swedish government will spend about 20 to 25 billion Swedish, so 2 to 2.5 billion euros on vaccinating the humans in their country. And I think the pharmaceutical companies were quite heavily funded. I don't know this, I just heard it. There's a lot of taxpayers' money that went into the research too, you know, which makes sense. So they'll be doing fairly well. Especially considering we're probably going to need a shot or two a year for a few years to come. So, yep. And good shave so far. Good lather, post feel and that sort of thing, I don't know. Feels good. Again, I don't use Pro Raso often enough to really be able to comment, but I've never had any feeling that it dries the skin out or something. And honestly, it's such a lovely, creamy, soft, beautiful lather. And this is not an expensive soap. It's rather cheap and cheerful. I don't know what the cost is. I got this from my wife, who doesn't know I wasn't a big fan of the scent. But the scent today was, I wonder if it's different in the cream than in the, what do you call it, in the hard soap. But it wasn't unpleasant. Well, I used too much sandalwood for a while. Because I had, before I discovered the rabbit hole, I had only Macarot from Body Shop for 15 years, and then I had only Truffet and Hill, whatever it's called, the sandalwood thing, for a few years. I don't know why, you know, but you know, I guess that's how much I like routines. I didn't know that. And I sort of got tired of sandalwood, and this is very different sandalwood, but it's still a sandalwood. But this is quite nice. I can enjoy using this cream for sure. Ah, bella. Bella, bella. I shall perform a lukewarm water rinse of my face. Bear with us. Yeah, good shave, good quality shave. Nice to take it easy. It's quite. I've been an evening shaver, and I still am predominantly. But sometimes I get into a rhythm where I shave in the morning because I need to look good one day, and I like to shave every 24 hours. And it's a nice thing to do in the morning. It's a nice thing to do in the evening too. So there you go. That's some very valuable piece of advice. As to which is best of the hard soap in a jar or the cream, it's very similar. It's very similar. Thayer's, unscented, witch hazel, very similar. I got the same lather. I think it's the same soap base. So very good lather indeed. Proraso, good stuff. I'll use my green one. Green one is eucalyptus and possibly menthol in it. I'm going to put a balm on too, and this is the witch hazel balm, also citrusy, I think. I can't read, it doesn't say, but it's from cauliflower organics. So it's in a little one of these, and you have to dip your finger in, and it's quite nice and thick. So using it when you still have a little bit of moisture on your skin I find, is quite good. Depends on what concentration of moisturization you need. I don't think I necessarily need any moisturization because it was a good soap, it's a warm day, my skin is in good condition anyway. But I put moisturizer on anyway, because why the heck not? Just for the odd chance that it makes my skin look even better, if it's even possible. Cool, thanks for watching. Jar or cream, doesn't matter, it's what you like. You know, these are cool for traveling. Just before I did a head shave with this and didn't use a brush, so I just worked it in with my hand. Works well. You know, works well. I put in water and made it, lubricated it the way I wanted it, but I didn't build a big lather. Worked fine, especially with my typical one pass leaf sort of thing. Doesn't have to be very, very fancy. So I quite enjoyed that, and I'm happy that I liked, or at least didn't mind, this scent. I'm happy for that, because then I can use the green and the jar if I ever buy a new one. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I don't know if you got anything out of that. I don't think you did, but you killed a bit of time, and now you're 28 minutes closer to death. See you soon, and stay sharp.